The truth is, I never killed Abel. Now, most of you may not know me, but my name is Cain, and this is my side of the story you were all told. Now, you might believe, like many other people, that I killed my brother, and they're right. But no one ever asks why. No one ever cares about how it got to that point. They only remember the blood, the curse, the part where I became a monster. But before all of that, I was just Cain, a son, a brother, trying to survive in a broken world. My parents used to tell stories about the garden, about a place where everything was perfect until they lost it. I grew up outside of that place, in the dust, in the silence. I worked the ground with my hands. I did what I could, and I tried, really tried, to give God something that mattered. But he looked past me and chose my brother instead. That's where the story really starts. Okay, I know most people already know this, but I was born outside of Eden. My parents used to talk about it like it was a dream they couldn't wake up from. Trees that grew without work, food without sweat, a place where they used to walk with God. But that wasn't the world I got. I was born into the dirt, into work, into silence. My father, he never said it, but I could tell. I reminded him of everything he lost. He'd teach me how to till the ground, how to plant, how to harvest. But he never smiled much. I worked the land, every day, every season. The soil was hard, the thorns never stopped. And then there was Abel, my little brother. He took care of animals, fed them, led them around. They followed him like he was chosen. People think I hated him. I didn't. Well, not at first. He was kind, gentle, and somehow God seemed closer to him. I gave God my harvest, the best I had. I worked for it. I earned it. But when I offered it, nothing. No fire, no voice, no blessing. And then Abel came. He brought a lamb, laid it down, and God received it. Just like that. I wanted to be happy for him, and I really did. But something broke inside me that day. It wasn't just jealousy. It was being invisible. Like God saw him and skipped me. The day we brought our offerings, I remember every detail. The sky was clear. The altar was ready. I came first. I laid down my crops, the first fruits of my harvest. Not leftovers, not scraps. My best. I stood there, waiting. Nothing happened. No flame, no sign. No voice, just silence. Then Abel stepped forward. He brought a lamb, young, unblemished. He placed it on the altar, and the fire fell, right in front of me. God received it. I heard my parents gasp. Abel's face lit up. And me? I stood there with dirt on my hands and rage in my chest. That moment didn't just hurt. It confirmed everything I feared, that no matter how hard I worked, no matter how much I gave, I would never be enough. God looked at him, not me. Again. I went home that night with my fists clenched. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. The next morning, I heard his voice. God.
Why are you angry?
He knew why.
If you do what is right, won't you be accepted?
And then he said something I'll never forget.
Sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must rule over it.
I didn't answer him, because I already knew. I'd opened the door. I told him to meet me in the field. He didn't ask why. That was Abel. Always trusting. Always showing up. He brought his staff with him. I had nothing in my hands. Not at first. We walked in silence. Just the sound of wind, animals in the distance, and our feet on dry earth. He smiled at me, asked if I was okay. I lied. I said I was fine. He didn't press. He never did. I don't even remember what I said next. Something about our offerings, about God. I just remember his face changing, confused, then afraid. I don't know what came over me, and it wasn't planned. It wasn't quiet. It wasn't holy. It was rage. It was heartbreak. It was everything I never said and everything I never got. And then it was done. He was on the ground, his eyes open, still. No thunder, no voice from the sky. No punishment, just silence. My breath, his blood, the earth swallowing it. I didn't run. I didn't cry. I just stood there. For the first time, I realized what it meant to be alone. Really alone. Not rejected, not unseen, but removed. Abel was gone. My brother was gone, and I was still standing, still breathing, and for the first time, I wished I wasn't. I didn't go home. I couldn't. I stayed in the field. I don't know for how long. Long enough for the blood to dry. Long enough for my thoughts to turn from rage to regret. That's when he spoke. God.
Where is your brother Cain?
He knew. Of course he knew. But he gave me the chance to say it. To admit it. And I didn't. I said, I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper? I regret those words more than the act. Not because they were a lie, but because they were cold. Cowardly. I could have fallen on my knees. I could have confessed. But pride dies slow. That's when he spoke the curse.
Your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground.
The ground. The thing I worked every day of my life. He cursed it. Said it would no longer yield to me. Said I would become a wanderer. A fugitive. A man with no home. I begged him. And still, he didn't destroy me. He marked me. I don't know what the mark looked like, or where it was, but I felt it, like a fire under my skin. A reminder, not just for others, but for me, that I was the first to bring death, but not the last to carry pain. People feared me. Whispers followed me. But no one ever stopped to ask, what does it feel like to be the first outcast? Let me tell you, it feels like silence, like walking but never arriving. It feels like knowing you changed the world, not by what you gave, but by what you took. I'm old now. My hair is gray. My hands still shake from the days I tried to plant things and watched them die. No one says my name with kindness anymore. Just Cain, the cursed one, the first murderer. But I wonder, has anyone ever really tried to understand me? Not excuse me, not justify me, just understand. I didn't wake up one day planning to spill blood. I woke up feeling small, unseen. Every day I gave and worked and waited for a sign that I mattered. Abel was loved, I was tolerated. And instead of facing that pain, I fed it. I let it turn into jealousy. And jealousy, it talks like a friend, but it stabs like a thief. I thought Abel was the enemy, but he wasn't. The real enemy was in me. My pride, my fear, my belief that God had forgotten me. That's what I acted on. It wasn't Abel I hated. It was the reflection of God's favor in him. The more I saw God in him, the more I believed there was nothing of God in me. And when you believe that, you start to think anything is justifiable. I regret it, not just the killing, but the quiet way I let bitterness grow. It started as a whisper and ended in a grave. People think I was cursed because I killed, but I was cursed the moment I stopped believing I was loved. So, if you remember me, don't remember the blood. Remember the warning that sin waits at the door, and if you don't face your hurt, it will open that door for you. I'm Cain, and I wasn't the first monster, just the first one caught. If this story spoke to you, if you saw a piece of yourself in my struggle, or in my silence, then don't let it stop here. Subscribe to the channel. Share this video with someone who needs it. We're on a journey to reach 1,000 subscribers, and every voice, every view, every share brings these stories to life. Thank you for listening. God bless you. And remember, even the cursed still have a voice.